Tonight on CTV News at 5.
Working should be based on ability, not on some imaginary age.
Putting it off, a growing number of Canadian seniors are working past the age of 65.
I picked up the camera and I started taking photos of local sports.
Taking shots, a 14-year-old photographer has his eye on local rinks.
That's great. Like, you can see Argyle Street, and especially downtown is always full when they are playing around.
And 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The Halifax Thunderbirds are headed to the NLL Finals.
More rain and showers on the way for parts of the Maritimes tonight.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, delayed retirement. Have you been dreaming about retirement or perhaps dreading it? More Canadians than ever are staying on the job after 65, and the reasons are varied. Whether it's a necessity or a choice, CTV's Vanessa Wright looked at the trend, and she joins us now. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Maria. Well, I spoke with many Maritimers over 65 who are still going strong in their line of work. For some, it's about bringing in extra income, but others simply aren't ready to call it quits on a job they love.
For decades, 65 was the finish line, but now more Canadians are choosing to stay on the job for longer.
I retired at, into my 70s, yes. And I worked part-time. And it was a great job, and I highly recommend it.
According to Stats Canada, the labor force participation rate for Canadians aged 65 and older hit 15.2% in 2025. That's nearly 1.2 million seniors in the labor force.
It's not a surprise at all. We've known that those numbers have been growing for years, and even more so these days. 65 is just an imaginary number.
But what's driving it? According to the data, higher living costs, longer life expectancies, and people who simply enjoy what they do. 78, soon-to-be 79-year-old Bill Stevenson is a perfect example. He's still going strong as a piano teacher.
I keep working as much as I need to buy groceries, and because I like doing it.
But for those on fixed incomes,
they can't make ends meet. They need more money to meet the cost of living, and one way of doing it is going back to work.
Something Van Gorder believes is a win-win for seniors looking for part-time employment and businesses eager to hire them.
Keeping an older worker around means you have somebody who's experienced in the job, they don't need a lot of supervision, and they have a really good work ethic.
One thing's for sure, those who love what they do can't be rushed into calling it quits before they're ready.
If working gives you pleasure and purpose, I'd say stay with it as long as you can.
I mean, you never know if they carry me out.
They're going to have to carry you out.
Yeah, imagine.
And with tourism season approaching, Van Gorder says you can expect to see more seniors taking up jobs in hospitality, a place they're needed here now more than ever. Maria?
Oh, that's a great point. Thank you, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center this evening. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We're asking, do you think you'll retire by age 65? These are your options. Yes, I'm planning on it, or I'd like to, but it may not be possible. And your final option, no, I want to keep working after 65. Oh, I think we're having a bit of a graphics issue here, obviously. We'll have that for you a little later on, perhaps, or you can go to our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca, to see it there. And speaking of the news, we've got our friend Todd Battis joining us now with a look at how things are looking for 6 o'clock.
Yeah, good seeing Bill Stevenson, fine musician's been on this program many times over the years, so not surprising that he hasn't wrapped things up. Certainly music
no
fans
time soon, let's hope, yeah.
Music fans are happy to hear that. Maria, coming up at 6, this is election day in New Brunswick, and New Brunswickers are casting ballots to elect their local representatives. They will elect mayors and councillors in 77 municipalities, along with district education council reps. More than 150 local seats are being filled by acclamation. The polls close at 8 o'clock. You got lots of time to get out. We'll have the details at 6. Well, the rain keeping people off the patios in Halifax today, but it's not just the damp weather that's a challenge for restaurant and pub owners. the fees to have one of those patios is steep. Bit of a challenge to City Hall. We'll get the details at 6. A Halifax area woman is preparing for the second fight of her life. She's already survived leukemia. Now she's facing a double lung transplant. The operation and subsequent recovery could take her away from home for up to a year. We'll hear her story coming up at 6 o'clock. Okay, for the first time this week, let's hear the story of the weather. And soggy, kind of fits, but hey, it's warm.
It is mild out there, and certainly soggy for parts of the Maritimes today, especially Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. There was some, well, varied weather conditions in the region with New Brunswick, a bit more of a mix of sun and cloud, a couple showers popping up late in the day. Checking in on temperatures right now, heading out into the early evening. Most of the temperatures in Nova Scotia around the low to mid-teens, around the mid-teens for Prince Edward Island as well, including 15 degrees at Summerside at this hour. And for the province of New Brunswick, temperatures right now between 14 and 18 degrees, with 18 located near Kushabiquak. Checking in on the winds, a little bit variable in direction, just breezy by our standards here in the Maritimes, mostly being sustained between around 5 and 15 kilometers per hour. A little bit up from that around some northern areas of New Brunswick, where some of those winds are between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour, and a few gusts between 40 and 50, including a gust at 48 kilometers per hour reported at the Bathurst Airport. Checking in on things on radar and satellite, we can still see we've got some areas of rain and showers in place in the province of Nova Scotia. There's more wet weather moving into that province off the Atlantic as we move through tonight. There's going to be some more rain later tonight for the province of Prince Edward Island. For New Brunswick, you can see these little spotty showers that have popped up as we've gone through the afternoon. A lot of those will be coming to an end this evening, and actually into the overnight for New Brunswick. They'll get into some clearing conditions. But all more in the forecast as we work our way towards Tuesday in the Maritimes, when I'm back just a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. We'll see you a little later on. Right now, the 48th annual Frederickton Marathon brought out over 3,600 participants over the weekend. CTV's Nick Moore has highlights from the event that kicks off road race season in our region.
Are you ready to run? It is a rain or shine event, and participants at the Frederickton Marathon were walking up to the start line with showers overhead on Sunday morning.
A little rainy, but I think it'll be fun. With the environment and everything, the vibe, it's just going to be awesome.
Marathon runners were the first to take off for a route that took them to both sides of the river. The top finishers for the marathon's male division crossed the finish line together: Louis April of St. Clement, Quebec, and Jean-Marc Doiron of Moncton.
I was just hanging on by a thread, so we pulled the first self-marathon.
The winner of the marathon's female division for 2026 is Sarah Mulcahy of Fort Kent, Maine.
Not course record this year, but I'll take it. So.
Do you still like this course?
I love it. I mean, I love the people. Hey, thank you. I love the people, the energy. I mean, all of my family members ran this year.
About 3,600 runners took part over the weekend, about 500 more people than last year. It's a second-half marathon in Fredericton for Matthew Holmes.
When I got sober, I started just running just to lose weight, and really loved it, and then started following different running influencers that do crazy ultra marathons.
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what, I'm going to try this, see what I can do.
Every distance category at the Fredericton Marathon saw an increase in participants this year, including the half marathon, the 10K, the elite and open 5Ks, and the youth runs.
Yes, it's raining today, but runners train in all kinds of weather, and with the times that people are running today, the rain has not slowed them down.
This is the kickoff to the running season in Atlantic Canada. You know, we're the first major marathon, first major event.
Next up for this weekend, the Blue Nose Marathon in Halifax. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
Thank you very much, Nick, and congratulations to everybody who took part over the weekend. All right, time for a break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, we'll put the focus on this story.
Hi, I'm McConvey here in Truro at the rink. This young sports photographer spends most of his time. Coming up on CTV News at 5, you'll hear his story and where his passion for the camera came from.
Welcome back. A maritime teen has combined two of his passions. CTV's Emma Convey introduces us to the 14-year-old who's making a name for himself photographing local sporting events.
While most teenagers watch the game, Zach Boone captures it. The young sports photographer has turned his passion into purpose.
I just try to get the action and emotion in the shots. I just want to tell a story with my photo.
Boone never considered photography as his path until a soccer injury left him sidelined.
I went to the emergency room and I had to get a lot of stitches, and I actually couldn't play sports for 5 months, I think. So I just started picking up a camera because I like the idea of doing business stuff.
After noticing his interest for film, his parents bought him his first camera, a Canon T5i.
Got out there and started taking photos, and I sent lots of emails too to try to get credentials for things, and then the events just got getting bigger.
Boone works independently and in collaboration with organizations. He shoots everything from amateur sports teams to professionals. Then he posts the shots to Instagram and Facebook. He also creates graphics and now videos.
I've done some individual stuff just for me, so I did the 2 AHL games, and I also work for my local senior hockey team and junior hockey team, plays here, and just some events, hockey events around the Maritimes and Ontario.
In March, he shot the University Cup in Halifax, and this has been his first season as the Truro Bearcats team photographer.
I started to get in contact with him to use his photos in some of our stuff, and then he kind of started coming more and more and getting more and more shots, getting more involved with the team.
He's made an impression in front of and behind the lens.
Doing at 14 years old, and his work ethic, it's going to take him far, and we're really proud of it. And proud to have him in our organization as well.
One day he pictures himself in the big leagues.
My dream and goal is to work for the Montreal Canadiens. When I'm older, I really want to work for them.
He's grateful for every opportunity and plans to continue to shoot his shot one frame at a time. Emma Convey, CTV News, Truro, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Emma and Zach. Amazing. Those photos were really beautiful.
It's really good.
Excellent work. Yeah, keep it up.
You certainly got the spirit of it down, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I'm sure he'd love to be taking pictures of the Habs of the playoffs right now.
Too, especially them up
someday.
in 2-1 in Buffalo there, for sure.
All right. Rainy weekend at times and blustery.
Saturday was okay, but we did see some showers return on Sunday. Then, of course, some of that wet weather is held over into the start of this week, especially for Nova Scotia. We're looking out here at Lake Bonook. Pretty cloudy day, some more rain on the way. More on that next.
Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again. Kaylin, we've been talking about the weather today because it was a little gray and dreary out there. We're all hoping for some sunshine.
We haven't been shy on rain so far at the start of this month. We're looking out here at Sydney's Wentworth Park after one round of rain went through this morning. There have been some brief breaks or pauses in the wet weather, but there is some more rain on its way for tonight, though we aren't without some sunshine in the forecast as we make our way through this week, especially Wednesday looking pretty nice as far as the forecast goes for the Maritimes. So let's take a look at what's going on. Let's talk about our weather systems map. Barometric pressure is a little bit towards the lower side now. It was a very slow-moving weather front that arrived into the Maritimes on Sunday. That brought the first of the showers into the region. And then this front slowed down, sort of stalled out a little bit in the vicinity of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, and that's why those two provinces have seen some further rounds of both rain and showers. Now, New Brunswick, a little bit further in behind that front today, saw more of a mix of sun and cloud, though cloudier conditions down around the Bay of Fundy coastline, and they did see a few showers sort of popped up late in the day. A couple of those pop-up showers left up around northern and central areas of New Brunswick, but they'll be coming to an end as we make our way through this evening. There's some more rain and showers, though, that'll be arriving off the Atlantic for Nova Scotia, and even Prince Edward Island will be getting into another round of rain during the overnight hours. Taking a look at our forecast timeline then for cloud cover and precipitation, keeping an eye on the greens, the rain and the showers. You can see by around midnight it is rain that will have returned across most of Nova Scotia, maybe just a little bit later at that time around parts of the eastern shore and towards the Atlantic coastal areas of Cape Breton. Even by around midnight, that rain's starting to arrive back over Prince Edward Island, where it is going to linger into the early morning hours of Tuesday. But as we move from Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, this area of rain is going to be gradually clearing up towards the northeast. So it should be clearing areas like Halifax and Truro and Charlottetown moving through Tuesday morning. Some rain and showers, though, may linger in Cape Breton, even up to around the mid-afternoon hours on Tuesday before that wet weather, again, crosses over the Cabot Strait and moves up towards Newfoundland. In behind it, there will be a mix of sun and cloud. There will be a few parts of the Maritimes with a chance of some late day showers, and that includes around Moncton, the southeast of New Brunswick, northern areas of Nova Scotia, Cumberland, Colchester counties, in around the Minas Basin, parts of the Annapolis Valley, and even a chance that there could be another shower that drifts through the Halifax area again late in the day on Tuesday, and then some further clearing for Wednesday's forecast. Winds in the forecast for tonight shouldn't be particularly strong. By around midnight, they're mostly out of the north and northwest. In a lot of cases, sustained 5 to 10 kilometers per hour, maybe a few gusts up between 10 and 20. And tomorrow's winds out of a northerly direction as well. They're going to be on the breezy side for New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island with some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour, and a little bit more gusty for parts of Nova Scotia with some gusts between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight for most of the Maritimes will be around the low to mid single digits. Now, with the sky clearing a little bit more, especially in the north of New Brunswick, temperatures there do get a little bit chillier, with some of the lows falling into a range around -2 to +2. Here's a look at the high temperatures in the forecast for Tuesday and for the province of New Brunswick. Most of the high temperatures 10 to 14 degrees. In Prince Edward Island for tomorrow, most of the high temperatures will be between 9 and 11. In eastern areas of Nova Scotia for tomorrow, 6 to 10 degrees. And into western and southwestern parts of the province, a little bit milder with high temperatures between 11 and 14. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from Ellie Mae Furlot from Colette, New Brunswick. And Ellie has sent us a watercolor drawing of flowers she saw outside while playing with her sister Charlotte. Thank you, Ellie. And if you'd like to be one of our weather watchers, they can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or you can email me at kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. More than 100 students braved the stage in Halifax for the 2026 Provincial Spelling Bee. As CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us, it marked the Black Educators Association's 20th year hosting the competition.
After months of practice, these young spellers came ready to put their skills to the test.
L-E, kettle. That is correct.
I'm kind of nervous, but I'm also really confident because I've been practicing for a long time now, but I think I can do it.
More than 100 students from across Nova Scotia took part in the 2026 Provincial Spelling Bee. It's a community-led competition hosted by the Black Educators Association. 11-year-old Tarani Akamajua returns to the event after coming in second place last year.
I'm feeling good. I've been practicing a lot with my sister and my parents. I just like going up and on stage and like spelling the words. That's like the most fun part to me.
Saturday's Spelling Bee marked the 20th anniversary of the event. It not only prepares students for international spelling competitions, but offers them a chance to enhance their social skills too.
They're facing an audience, and the audience often 200 people, and it could be very daunting for someone, but the kids leave and say, you know, that wasn't so bad, and now I can go back to school, and if I'm asked a question, I'm not afraid to put up my hand, I'm not afraid to speak up, and maybe they're debating, or maybe they're on a debate team even. So it just gives them the confidence to speak in public and not be afraid, and that's the idea, to take the skills back to their home school.
Many contestants have gone on to chase college and university degrees, and some have come back to the competition as officials and judges.
Recruitment and retention, we've recruited them through the years, and we're retaining, and now they're managing the entire process, and we're just here to help and advise.
Whether they got the word right or wrong, spellers kept their heads held high, showing good sportsmanship throughout and staying confident.
I'm hyped about this because I know I'm going to do well. Even if I don't come first place, it's the fun that matters.
And they sure had a lot of fun. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Vanessa, and well done, everybody. All right, before we head to break here, we want to bring you that web poll we were telling you about. This is what we're asking tonight. Do you think you'll retire by age 65? These are your options. Yes, I'm planning on it, or I'd like to, but it may not be possible. And your final option, no, I want to keep working after age 65. Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, time for our final break here on CTV News at 5, but first, a preview of our next story.
I'm Brianne Foley in Halifax, where the buzz around the Thunderbirds' historic playoff performance continues to be good for business. That story coming up tonight on CTV News at 5.
Welcome back. Sunday was an historic night in Halifax when the Thunderbirds advanced to the National Lacrosse League final for the first time since the franchise moved to the city in 2019. As CTV's Brianne Foley shows us, the T-Birds' success is good for fans and local businesses.
Here's Terrifico. Should they score?
It took all 3 games in the semifinals, including a disappointing 21-10 loss Saturday night, but the Halifax Thunderbirds punched their ticket to the NLL playoffs to take on the Toronto Rock.
We've been a strong team for a long time, making the playoffs, home playoff game, semifinals, now semifinal win, and we're in the finals, and we're hoping to kind of go all the way this year.
Coming into playoffs as the 8th and lowest seed, no one but the city around them and the team itself gave them much of a chance.
Years they've had a really good team all along, so they're finally getting the final they deserve. It's super exciting.
We're excited for the players, but we're also really excited for the fans and just what this means for our community.
As far as businesses are concerned, it's Go Birds Go.
It was great. For us, it's really busy nights that day. We try to support the fans also, doing a special feature for them. So every night they play, we have a special feature for them.
We truly believe that the Thunderbirds have some of the best fans. I think any time that we have an opportunity to bring vibrancy to our downtown core, to fill our restaurants, our hotels, our parking lots on a Sunday afternoon or evening is a fantastic thing for our province.
The buzz in the city keeps building.
The atmosphere at the games is amazing. You can tell people are excited. Everywhere you hear, people are talking about Thunderbirds.
They drive us to compete, to push through. Tired, beat up, whatever it is, they just continue to stand behind us and keep us going. And the standing ovation there at the end of the third quarter, heading into the fourth quarter, was just an electric kind of goosebumps moment, chills down your back of how much they believe in us, how bad they want it.
The best of 3 series faces off Friday in Hamilton before coming to Halifax Sunday. And already the hottest lacrosse ticket in Nova Scotia is 60% sold out, according to Events East. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Brianne. And you know what? I was very lucky to be in the crowd on Saturday, and it's so true. Electric does not even describe it. What an atmosphere and an amazing comeback on Sunday. Go T-Birds, go. Todd and Kaylin will be back at 6. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.